Santa Clara, California, the men's 200 freestyle is next. And a very international field it is. Among the 9 swimmers, 5 different countries are represented. And as further illustration of what a deep and talented field overall we have here in Northern California this week, this is the only one of 8 races this evening without an Olympic medal winner. Yet still, we have some pretty good names like Connor Yeager, who has already won twice here in Santa Clara this week in the 400 free and the 800 free, and swimming with a lot of confidence.
Hey, that's the key word right there, is confidence, because he has a lot of that going on right now, and I think this is going to be a great event for him. He's going to be a huge factor in all the 200, 400, and the 1500.
Now the first of back-to-back Brazilians in lanes 1 and 2, Nicolas Oliveira, the winner in the 400 free relay here in Santa Clara, alongside fellow 25-year-old Brazilian Ernesto Santos, who's in lane 2. Michael Winalda takes up residence in lane number 3, 5th in this event at the recent NCAA championships. The Australian in lane number 4, and that is Robert Hurley, a world championship bronze medalist. While in lane number 5, the Dane, Anders Nielsen, 4th in the 400 free here in Santa Clara. He's the second top qualifier here in this event. Tom Kramer is the 18-year-old from Israel in lane number 6, 3rd in the 200 free at the NC2A championships. Connor Yeager, who we just mentioned, looking for his 3rd win here in Santa Clara this week in lane number 7. While Michael Klee, 5th in the 400 free and the 800 free this week. He's in lane number 8. Next to Justin Galanda, who's in lane number 9 and completing the field for the men's 200 free.
The top swimmer out of the prelims was Connor Dwyer. He was an Olympic gold medalist, is an Olympic gold medalist, but he decided to scratch this, Steve, and concentrate on the 400 IM, which we saw him earlier in. Put in a good time, 147 flat. I'm not sure any of these guys can go that fast. Yeager's the guy to keep an eye on, though, in lane number 7. How important has this event become for him?
Two-time NCAA champion this year in the 500 free and the 1650. Much shorter here in the 200 free. He's in lane number 7.
Yeah, right there. The only thing lacking for him is speed. He just doesn't have any speed. He can pretty much go this speed the whole way. The other thing might be a little bit of experience. He doesn't have a lot of experience in this the 200 free. A lot of it in the 400, a lot of it in the 1500, but not so much in the 200. This is where a race like this is definitely going to help him as we go along through the summer.
As they come to the midway point, pretty even across the pool.
Sure is. Look at that. Probably the closest race we've seen up to this point at the halfway point. Anybody is still in the race.
By a small margin, Ernesto Santos, the Brazilian in lane 2 with the lead at the turn.
Well, that's good news for Yeager, because he will be able to close as well as anybody in this field. We saw what he did in the 400 last night. He went 154, 152. If he decides to try to even or negative split here, everybody else is going to be in major trouble.
All right, making the turn for the final 50.
And there he goes, coming off that wall. Watch him come off that wall. Let's see what kind of speed he has. Nielsen did a good job also, though. Nielsen right there in lane number 5, the top qualifier.
And the lead at the turn now, the final 25 meters. Still very tight out front, spread across the pool here in Santa Clara. Tightest race we've seen so far. In lane number 4, Robert Hurley making a move, trying to pass Anders Nielsen in lane number 5. Connor Yeager in lane number 7 coming hard as well. And it's going to be Connor Yeager who does pull ahead to get the win in lane 7 at the end. His 3rd win so far in this meet here in Santa Clara. Connor Yeager continues to impress.
He sure does. Look at that, though, Steve. 149, 140. He was 7/100ths of a second faster than Hurley, who was 2nd in lane number 4. But if you look across the board, there was only 3 or 4 tenths of a second separated the top. There's the results right there. Look at that. 7/10 of a second separated the top 5 swimmers on that race, and that's his best time. That's Connor Yeager's best time. He's put in a couple best times here. There he is right there in lane number 7. That's Connor Yeager. Hurley's up there in lane 4, right above that white lane line. That's Hurley, who's still underneath the water. He's got a great turn, Hurley did. And I thought he might run Jaeger down at the very end, but Jaeger, again, proved his mettle in this. There's Jaeger. I mean, there's Hurley up there in lane 4, almost running down Jaeger, but 7/100ths of a second was the difference. And now he's got that experience and confidence to swim a good one later on.
Connor Jaeger, your 3rd win here in Santa Clara. How'd you pull that one out?
I don't know. I guess the 200 is an event that I'm kind of developing now, I think, and getting better at racing. But we had I had 4 other teammates in that heat with me there, and it was cool to have 5 CW guys there.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that in a second, Connor. But how important has this event become for you now, this 200 freestyle?
I don't know. I guess it's just an event that I'm maybe getting a little bit more competitive in, and something. I'm not gonna change anything with how I've been training for the distance events, and just do some speed work every now and then, and hopefully the 200 will come along.
And we talked about your 4 teammates. What kind of practices must you have on a daily basis swimming with all those guys?
Yeah, race pace day gets pretty exciting.
I can imagine. That's a super swim. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So our tightest race of the night. Connor Jaeger gets the win in the men's 200 free. And as we continue, Missy Franklin goes for her 2nd win of the night in the women's 200-meter back.